Tyra. She's a Grammy winner, actress.
And I am one of her biggest fans.
Brandi is here, performing on the Tyra stage. And we're asking all the questions she's never been asked.
And I mean never been asked before.
All about the car crash, her brother Ray J's sex tape, and her fake marriage. Shh. Plus, Patti LaBelle. Has she found something spicier than music?
No, you didn't.
Brandi and Patti, now on Tyra.
But two music superstars with us today. We have the legendary Miss Patti LaBelle. And we've got Brandi. Check out Miss Brandi.
Brandi's raspy alto is one of my favorite voices in the whole world. She broke into the business at just 14 years old and spent the next several years dominating the music scene. With smash singles we all love, like The Boy Is Mine, which was #1 for 13 straight weeks. And it won her a Grammy. And if that wasn't enough for the teen sensation, she added Moesha to the mix, a hit sitcom which had an impressive 6-year run. But Brandi's sweet success was shadowed by a string of headlines: a surprise pregnancy, a faux marriage, and a tragic car accident. But personal trauma and tabloid headlines will not keep my girl Brandi down. Brandi has released her 5th CD, Human, and that voice that I love oh so much is ready to top the charts again.
Brandi, come on out here, my girl. To start off by telling you, I don't know if you know how much I love you and how much I'm a fan of you.
Tell me.
Because I think you look at me, I think Brandi looks at me as like big sister type of thing, but you don't know, I'm fan, big fan. And I have my iPod here.
Wow.
And Brandi, I have more Brandi songs on my iPod than any other, oh wait, how do I go back?
Wow.
I have so many songs. How do we, oh there you go, look, I have so many Brandi songs, more than any other artists, and I love other artists, but there's something about Brandi's voice that like sends me like, it's amazing, and it's true. And I had to bring this to you to show you this, really show you this.
Thank you so much.
I don't know if you remember me telling you this, but one of your songs helped me to get out of a relationship.
I remember you telling me that.
Remember what song it was? It was
Thank You.
No, it was Who I Am.
Yes.
It was Who I Am. And there's this song that Brandi wrote or sang on Aphrodisiac, your last album.
Yes.
And it's thanking this man that was in your life for making you who you are, for treating you bad to make you who you are today.
Yes.
And that helped me to say, you know what, I need to leave this fool. But there was there's one lyric in there that stood out to me. I wasn't married, but there's one lyric where you say, I had to get rid of the weight of on my 4th finger left hand, which means your marriage finger.
Yes.
So. But it was not a real marriage.
It wasn't a real marriage.
So when you sang that, were you singing that it was a real marriage or a fake marriage?
I wasn't saying that it was a fake marriage because he did give me a ring.
Oh, so it was a real ring.
It was a real ring, but it wasn't a real marriage.
Okay.
And that was one of the biggest mistakes I think I've ever made as far as my career and disappointing my fans is concerned. I really thought that was a mistake, and I'm really sorry.
Yeah. It's okay, but you're human, which is what your new album is about.
Which is what my album is called.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's interesting because this album is pretty much the soundtrack to my life and a lot of things that I've experienced, as well as what we all experience as human beings. We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
None of us are perfect.
So why did you feel the need to have a fake marriage to the public?
Well, I felt the need to lie about it because at the time I was 23 years old, and, you know, I had this good girl image, this role model image, And, you know, I was taught that you should be married before you have a child.
Yeah.
So I felt the pressure of, you know, what people would think, or, you know, disappointing little girls.
And you know what's so crazy, Brandi? You were 23 years old. There are celebrities 16 years old having babies now. You know, so that is.
But I felt responsible because, you know, young girls looked up to me, and I just didn't want to disappoint them. And plus, I was afraid. I was afraid of what people thought of me, and
because even though you were 23, your image. Something about you does feel very virginal.
Yes.
Even to this day. Look at the white dress. You know, there's something about you that feels very
peach.
pure. Oh, is it peach, y'all? I see white. I'm sorry. I see white. But then Robert, your ex-boyfriend slash ex-husband.
Yes. Not slash ex-husband.
Well, kind of what we thought it was. No, ex-boyfriend.
Yes.
Ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, something like that.
He went on the radio and told the world that it was not real. Why did he do that?
I think he did that because I opened up about some things that I shouldn't have opened up about.
Yeah.
And it was funny because when it happened, I didn't get upset. I didn't get angry at him. I actually took the responsibility on because I felt that if I didn't say some of the things I said in the press, he wouldn't have
What
never.
did you say?
I said that I didn't love him, and that was wrong. That was wrong.
Did you? Not?
I did love him, but, you know, it just wasn't a relationship that needed to continue.
Yeah. Wow. So he, you know, what's so crazy is the whole public thing when you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
And like your business just gets out there.
Yeah.
And it is, you're still a human being and it still hurts just like it would hurt anybody else.
It does.
I know you had an ex-fiance, what is his name? Quentin Richardson?
Yes,
is that
I
his
did.
name?
Yes.
NBA player for Knicks now?
Yes. Wow.
Okay.
There's a picture of us.
There. But this was a real engagement with a real getting on the knee, giving you the ring.
Absolutely.
But what happened? You guys, it didn't work out. What happened?
It just didn't work out. You know, you go into a relationship thinking it's going to last forever, and you think this is the one, you know, I'm ready, you know, you're ready to go forward. But sometimes, you know, things happen, you know. You guys know how it is, ladies. You know?
Yeah.
So,
but you know, you picked up your life for this man. You moved to when he was playing for Phoenix, Arizona team. What's the name of that son?
Phoenix Suns. Yeah. He played for the Phoenix Suns.
You moved to Phoenix.
Yes.
Ain't no recording world up in Phoenix.
True, but you know, I had to come back to Cali, obviously, so I could get my recording career going.
How long did you move to Phoenix for?
I moved there for about, I would say, a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Up next, Brandi talks about the heartbreaking moment that changed her life.
That was one of the hardest times in my life. Very, very hard. I want to cry.
And later,